Yo, I'm Avery, aka Ghostbite, a teen hacker ruling the dark web. But when a psycho rival hunts me, my life's a wild chase of betrayal and romance. Ready for the tea? Smash that like, subscribe, and share with your crew. Let's dive in. Okay, let's dive into this wild ride. My name's Avery Quinn, a junior at Westview High in sunny San Diego, California, where the vibes are chill and the tacos are fire. To everyone at school, I'm just a regular 17-year-old who's kinda good at math and always has her nose in a laptop. But what nobody knows, not my parents, not my boyfriend Ethan, not even my bestie Chloe, is that I'm Ghostbite, the most notorious hacker on the dark web. Yeah, I'm that girl who can crack any system, from corporate databases to crypto wallets, all from my tricked-out gaming rig in my bedroom. My parents think I'm just coding for fun, but I've been cashing out 6 figures in Bitcoin for years, stashing it in offshore accounts. It's not about the money, though. It's the thrill of outsmarting everyone. Last week, I hacked into a shady crypto exchange to expose their scam, and the dark web went nuts. My DMs were flooded with props from other hackers, but also some creepy threats. "Ghostbite, you're playing with fire," one said. I brushed it off. Haters gonna hate, right? But last night, everything changed. I was chilling in my room, neon LED strips glowing, sipping a Monster Energy, when my screens froze, a red skull popped up, and a distorted voice hissed through my headset. "I know who you are. Avery Quinn. Stop now, or you're done." My heart legit stopped. Nobody knows my real name. I yanked off my headset, hands shaking, and checked my firewall logs. Someone had tried to dox me, and they were close. Too close. I spent all night patching my systems, but the creep left a digital footprint. A dark web handle called Reaper X. This wasn't some script kiddie, this was a pro. By morning, I was running on zero sleep, chugging coffee, and trying to act normal at school. Ethan was waiting for me at the lockers, all puppy dog eyes and his stupid varsity jacket. "Babe, you look wrecked. Late night gaming again?" he teased, tossing his football in the air. I rolled my eyes. Ethan's the star quarterback, hot in that all-American way, but he's been acting shady lately, always glued to his phone. "Just school stuff," I mumbled, dodging his hug. Truth is, I was freaking out about Reaper X, but I couldn't tell him I'm a hacker. He'd probably think I'm a criminal. That's when Chloe bounced over, her blonde ponytail swinging, holding my favorite iced mocha. "Girl, you need this. You're giving zombie vibes," she said, handing me the cup. I forced a smile, but my paranoia was spiking. Could Chloe know something? Nah, she's my ride or die since middle school. Or so I thought. After first period, I ducked into the computer lab to run a trace on Reaper X. Big mistake. My screen glitched, and a message flashed. "I'm watching you. Ghostbite." I slammed my laptop shut, heart pounding like a bass drop at Coachella. Someone was in my system. Again. I was so shook I didn't notice the guy behind me until he spoke. "You okay, Miss Quinn?" His voice was low, smooth, like he belonged in a spy movie. I spun around, and holy mother of Wi-Fi, this dude was next level. Tall, maybe 20, with messy black hair, green eyes that could melt a server, and a leather jacket that screamed trouble. "Who are you?" I snapped, clutching my laptop. "Logan Pierce, your new security detail," he said, flashing a badge. "Your parents hired me after some incidents." I blinked. "Security detail? Like a babysitter?" He didn't smile. "Like someone who keeps you alive." Okay, rude, but also kinda hot. My parents are tech moguls, so they're paranoid about kidnapping, but this was overkill. "I don't need a bodyguard," I said, brushing past him. He grabbed my arm, gently but firm. "You do now. I've seen the threats." My stomach dropped. Did he know about Ghostbite? No way. I yanked free and stormed out, but Logan was on my tail like a VPN on steroids. At lunch, Ethan spotted us and went full caveman. "Who's this dude? Avery?" he growled, stepping up to Logan. "Chill. He's just a bodyguard," I said, but Ethan wasn't having it. "You replacing me with some wannabe Jason Bourne?" Logan raised an eyebrow. Unfazed. "Back off, quarterback. I'm here to do a job." Ethan shoved him, and in a blur, Logan had him pinned against a table. Kids were filming, yelling, "World Star!" I pulled Logan off. "Stop it! Both of you!" Ethan stormed off, texting furiously, probably whining to his bros. I turned to Logan, pissed. "I can handle my own drama. Stay out of it." He just shrugged. "Not my call. Princess." Princess? Oh, he was asking for it. After school, I snuck into my car, a sleek Tesla Model Y. Thank you, Dad, and ditched Logan to hit a secret hacker meetup in an abandoned warehouse near the gas lamp quarter. The place was lit with blacklights, hackers trading burner phones and USBs like candy. I was trading some zero-day exploits when a hooded figure bumped into me, slipping a flash drive into my pocket. I froze. Back home, I plugged it in with a sandboxed VM and a video loaded. Me, at school, in my room, even at the meetup. "Ghostbite, I'm closer than you think," Reaper X's voice taunted. I yanked the drive out, panic clawing my chest. Someone knocked on my door, and I nearly screamed. It was Logan, arms crossed. "You ditched me. Not cool. How'd you find me?" I snapped. He smirked. "I'm good at my job." I wanted to hate him, but those eyes were doing things to me. Then my phone buzzed, a text from an unknown number. "Check your Bitcoin wallet." I logged in, and my jaw dropped. Half my stash, $200,000, was gone, transferred to an untraceable address. Reaper X was playing hardball, and I was officially screwed. So, there I was, Avery Quinn, aka Ghostbite, staring at my laptop screen in my San Diego bedroom, neon LEDs flickering like my actual heartbeat. Half my Bitcoin stash, $200,000, poof, gone. Yoinked by some dark web creep named Reaper X who knew my real name. My hands were shaking worse than when I tried to clutch a win in a Fortnite tourney with 200 ping. I slammed my laptop shut, trying to breathe, but my brain was screaming, "You're so screwed, girl!" Logan, my annoyingly hot bodyguard, was leaning against my doorframe, arms crossed, looking like he just stepped out of a Netflix thriller. "You gonna tell me what's up, or do I have to guess?" he said, those green eyes drilling into me. "None of your business," I snapped, shoving past him to grab a Red Bull from my mini fridge. Truth is, I was freaking out. Reaper X wasn't just hacking my wallet, they were in my life, watching me, and I had no clue how deep this went. Logan didn't budge. "Your parents pay me to keep you safe, Avery. That includes whatever cyber mess you're in." I froze. Did he know about Ghostbite? Nah, no way. I played it cool. "It's just a glitch. Crypto markets. You know? Volatile." He raised an eyebrow, clearly not buying it, but didn't push. "Fine, but you're not ditching me again. We're glued till this is over." Great. A babysitter who looks like he could deadlift a Tesla. The next day at Westview High, I was a walking zombie, chugging iced coffee and dodging Ethan's texts. He'd been blowing up my phone since the lunchroom showdown with Logan. All, "Babe, I'm sorry, let's talk." Yeah, right. I was done with his quarterback ego. Chloe caught me in the hallway, rocking her signature glittery nails and a worried frown. "Avery, you good? You've been ghosting me." She handed me a boba tea, mango, my fave. "Just school stress," I lied, sipping the drink, but my paranoia was on overdrive. That USB with the stalker video was burning a hole in my pocket. Could Chloe be involved? She's been my bestie since we snuck into Comic-Con at 13, but something felt off. Her phone kept buzzing, and she silenced it quick, avoiding my eyes. "You sure?" she pressed. You've been weird since that bodyguard showed up. He's kinda sus, you know." I shrugged, but her words stuck. Was Logan sus, or was I just losing it? In computer science class, I snuck onto a Tor browser to dig into Reaper X. Big mistake. My screen flashed, and a chat window popped up. "Nice try. Ghost bite. Check your locker." My stomach dropped like I'd just yeeted off a cliff in Minecraft. I bolted to my locker, Logan tailing me like a shadow. Inside was a burner phone with one text: "Quit hacking or your parents' company goes down." I slammed the locker shut, heart racing. Logan grabbed the phone before I could stop him. "What's this about Avery?" "Nothing." I snatched it back, but his jaw tightened. "You're in deep, aren't you?" I didn't answer, just stormed off to the parking lot. That night, I locked myself in my room, VPNs maxed out, trying to trace Reaper X, my parents' company. Quintech builds AI for self-driving cars, and a hack could tank their stock faster than a TikTok ban. I found a dark web forum where Reaper X bragged about clipping Ghostbite's wings. They'd leaked my IP address to a bunch of sketchy hackers. I was patching my systems when my Discord pinged, a voice call from an unknown ID. I hesitated, then clicked. "You're stubborn, Avery." Reaper X's distorted voice rasped. "Keep digging. And your little boyfriend's next." The call cut out. Ethan? Was he in danger? I texted him to meet me at In-N-Out Burger on El Cajon Boulevard. ASAP. Logan insisted on driving, his black Dodge Charger screaming through the city. At In-N-Out, Ethan was scarfing fries, looking smug. "Finally missed me, babe," he said, leaning in. I pushed him back. "This isn't a date. Someone's threatening me. And they mentioned you." His face went pale. "What? Like a stalker?" Before I could explain, Logan tensed, scanning the restaurant. "We're being watched," he whispered, nodding at a guy in a hoodie by the soda machine, typing furiously on a laptop. Logan moved like a panther, but the guy bolted, leaving his laptop behind. I grabbed it, heart pounding, and cracked the password in 30 seconds. Child's play. The screen showed live footage of me, right there in In-N-Out, streamed to a dark web server. "Holy mother of Ram!" I muttered. Reaper X was real-time stalking me. Logan yanked me to the car. "We're out. Now!" Ethan followed, whining. "Avery, what's going on? Is this dude your new boyfriend?" I snapped. "He's my bodyguard, Ethan, and you're not helping!" Logan glared at him. "Get lost, kid, or you're walking home!" Ethan flipped him off but backed down, peeling out in his Jeep, back home. I tore through the laptop's files, finding encrypted emails between Reaper X and someone called Insider. One mentioned Quintech's weak link. My parents? Or worse, Chloe? She'd been interning at Quintech with access to their servers. I confronted her at school the next day, cornering her by the gym. "Chloe, you know anything about my parents' company getting hacked?" Her eyes widened. "What? No! Why would you even ask that?" But her hands were shaking, and she wouldn't meet my gaze. "You've been acting weird." I pushed. "And you're always on your phone." She scoffed. "Wow, paranoid much? I'm your best friend." "Avery." She stormed off, but I wasn't convinced. That afternoon, Logan dragged me to a self-defense class at a dojo in La Jolla, saying I needed to stop relying on keyboards. He sparred with me, and okay, I'll admit, being that close to him was distracting. His hands on my shoulders, showing me a move, sent my brain into 4 out of 4 error mode. "Focus, Avery," he said, smirking. "Or you're toast." I flipped him onto the mat, grinning. "Who's toast now?" For a second, he laughed, and it was like the ice melted. Then his phone buzzed, and he stepped away, whispering urgently. "Sus." Later, I hacked his phone, don't judge, it's my thing, and found texts from an unknown number. "She's close to figuring it out. Shut it down." My blood ran cold. Was Logan working with Reaper X? I couldn't trust anyone. That night, Quintech's servers crashed, wiping $10 million in stock value. My parents were freaking, and I knew it was Reaper X. I traced the attack to a local IP, someone in San Diego. Then my phone lit up with a video call from Reaper X. "You didn't listen. Ghost bite?" they taunted, showing live footage of Chloe, tied up in a warehouse. "Save her, if you can." The call ended, and I screamed. Dropping my phone, Logan burst in. "What's wrong?" I shoved the phone at him. "They have Chloe!" He grabbed his keys. "We're going, now!" But as we sped toward the warehouse district, I couldn't shake the feeling that Logan knew more than he was letting on. And the worst part? My laptop pinged with a new message. "Ghostbite, your bodyguard's not who you think." Plot twist of the century. And I was walking right into it. My heart was pounding like a bass line at a rave as Logan's Dodge Charger screamed through San Diego's warehouse district, the neon lights of the gas lamp quarter fading in the rear view. I clutched my phone, replaying Reaper X's video of Chloe, my best friend, tied up in some grimy warehouse, her eyes wide with fear. "Save her, if you can." That distorted voice had taunted, but that last message, "Your bodyguard's not who you think," was burning a hole in my brain. Logan, with his stupidly perfect jawline and cryptic texts, was driving me into this trap, and I couldn't tell if he was my savior or my doom. "You sure about this, Avery?" he said, glancing at me, his green eyes unreadable. "We're walking into their game." "It's Chloe!" I snapped, gripping my laptop bag. I don't have a choice. But deep down, I was freaking out. Reaper X had already hacked my Bitcoin wallet, crashed my parents' company, Quintech, and now they had Chloe. And Logan? Those shady texts I'd found on his phone, "She's close to figuring it out. Shut it down," were screaming red flags. Was he playing me? We pulled up to a derelict warehouse off Harbor Drive, the salty Pacific breeze mixing with the stench of rust and oil. Logan handed me a tiny earpiece. "Stay in contact. Don't do anything stupid." I rolled my eyes. "Says the guy who might be a double agent." He smirked, but it didn't reach his eyes. "Trust me, Princess, or we're both toast." Princess again? Ugh, I wanted to punch him and kiss him at the same time. We crept inside, the warehouse a maze of rusted shipping containers and flickering fluorescent lights. My sneakers squeaked on the concrete, and every shadow felt like Reaper X waiting to pounce. I pulled up a dark web tracker on my phone, piggybacking off a nearby Wi-Fi signal. Sketchy, but it'd do. The signal from Chloe's phone was pinging 50 yards ahead. Logan moved like a ghost, checking corners with a Glock he'd pulled from nowhere. Okay, hot, but also terrifying. Then we heard a muffled scream. "Chloe!" I hissed, bolting toward the sound. Logan grabbed my arm. "Slow down, Avery. It's a trap." But I yanked free, rounding a container, and there she was, Chloe, tied to a chair, duct tape over her mouth, tears streaming down her face. I ran to her, ripping off the tape. "Oh my God, are you okay?" she sobbed, shaking her head. "Avery, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for this." Her words cut off as Logan yanked me back. "Move!" A metal crate swung down from the ceiling, missing us by inches, crashing into the floor with a deafening clang. My heart stopped. Trap, for sure. Logan shoved me behind him, gun raised, scanning the rafters. "Show yourself, coward!" he shouted. A laugh echoed through the warehouse, cold and distorted, straight out of a horror flick. "Ghostbite, you're predictable." Reaper X's voice boomed from hidden speakers. "And your bodyguard? He's been lying to you." My stomach twisted. I glared at Logan. "What are they talking about?" He didn't answer, just kept scanning. But his jaw was tight. Chloe whimpered. "Avery, he's not—" Before she could finish, the lights cut out, plunging us into darkness. I fumbled for my phone's flashlight, but Logan grabbed my wrist. "Stay low," he whispered. Then, chaos. Footsteps echoed, and a figure in a black hoodie lunged from the shadows. Logan tackled them, and I heard grunts and punches. I crawled to Chloe, cutting her ropes with a pocket knife I'd swiped from Logan's car. "Don't judge. Hackers gotta be prepared." "We're getting out," I told her, but she grabbed my arm, her nails digging in. "Avery, listen. I messed up. I helped them." My brain short-circuited. "What?" Chloe's eyes were wild. "I didn't mean for it to go this far. I gave Reaper X your IP address. I was jealous, okay? You're Ghostbite. You've got everything. Money, fame, Ethan. I just wanted a piece." My world tilted. My best friend, my ride or die, sold me out? Before I could process, Logan shouted, "Avery, run!" The hoodie guy was back, and Logan was grappling with him. I dragged Chloe toward the exit, but she pulled away, sprinting into the darkness. "Chloe, wait!" I yelled, but she was gone. A gunshot rang out, and I screamed, diving behind a crate. Logan staggered toward me, blood seeping through his jacket. "I'm fine," he grunted, but his face was pale. "We need to move." He hauled me up, and we stumbled outside, collapsing against the charger. Sirens wailed in the distance. Someone must have called the cops. "What the hell was that?" I demanded, my voice shaking. "And what did Chloe mean? You're not what I think." Logan leaned against the car, wincing. "I used to be a hacker. Avery. Codename Phantom. I worked with Reaper X years ago, before I went straight. They're after me as much as you." My jaw dropped. Logan, a hacker? Plot twist of the freaking century. "Why didn't you tell me?" I yelled. "Because I was protecting you," he shot back. "Reaper X wants us both dead." Before I could cuss him out, my phone buzzed, a dark web alert. Quintech was hosting a massive AI demo tomorrow at the San Diego Convention Center, live-streamed to millions. A new message from Reaper X popped up. "Ghostbite, crash the demo, or I crash your life. P.S. Your boyfriend's in my sights." "Ethan?" My hands shook as I showed Logan. "We can't let them win," I said. He nodded, grim. "Then we fight back, together." The next morning, I was a nervous wreck, chugging Mountain Dew and coding like my life depended on it, because it did. Logan and I holed up in a motel off Interstate 5, his arm bandaged from the warehouse bullet graze. He taught me how to spoof Reaper X's signal, and I built a worm to trace their server. But the clock was ticking. At the convention center, Quintech's demo was packed, tech bros influencers, and news crews buzzing like Comic-Con on steroids. My parents were on stage, unveiling their AI, oblivious to the hack about to go down. I slipped into the control room with Logan, my laptop ready to counter Reaper X's attack. But as I plugged in, the screens flickered, and Reaper X's Red Skull logo took over. "Welcome, Ghostbite," their voice blared. "Time to play!" The AI system started overloading, cars on the demo floor revving out of control. People screamed, scrambling for exits. I typed furiously, deploying my worm, but Reaper X was faster, locking me out. Logan grabbed a fire extinguisher, smashing a server to slow the hack, but it wasn't enough. Then I saw Ethan in the crowd, looking panicked, and Chloe, right behind him, holding a USB drive. My blood ran cold. Was she still working with Reaper X? I ran toward them, Logan shouting my name. Ethan grabbed me. "Avery, what's happening?" But Chloe smirked, plugging the USB into a demo console. The screens exploded with my face, my real name, and Ghostbite, wanted hacker. My secret was out, live-streamed to the world. I froze, the crowd gasping, cameras flashing. Chloe leaned in, whispering, "You had it all, Avery. Now it's my turn." She'd betrayed me again. Logan tackled her, but security swarmed us. As they cuffed Logan, he yelled, Avery, run! But I couldn't. My life as Ghostbite was over, and Reaper X was still out there, laughing. The San Diego Convention Center was a war zone, screams echoing as Quintech's AI demo spiraled into chaos, self-driving cars revving like possessed Hot Wheels on the show floor. My face, my real face, Avery Quinn, was plastered across every screen, branded Ghostbite, Wanted Hacker, live-streamed to millions. Chloe, my so-called best friend, had just stabbed me in the back for the second time, outing my secret identity to the world. Security had Logan cuffed, his green eyes locked on mine, yelling, "Avery, run!" But my legs were jelly, my heart jackhammering as influencers and tech bros whipped out their iPhones, filming my downfall like it was Coachella drama. Ethan, my ex, stood frozen in the crowd, his varsity jacket looking dumber than ever. And Reaper X? That faceless dark web creep was probably cackling, their red skull logo still flashing on the screens. My life as Ghostbite was toast, and I was about to be trending for all the wrong reasons. But I'm Avery freaking Quinn, and I don't go down without a fight. I bolted for the control room, dodging a security guard who looked like he'd rather be at a Padres game. My laptop was still plugged in, and I had one shot to turn this around. Reaper X's worm was shredding Quintech's servers, but I'd built a counter-worm in that sketchy motel with Logan. I deployed it, fingers flying over the keys, sweat dripping like I was in a Call of Duty clutch. The screens flickered, my worm fighting Reaper X's code like a digital cage match. Then I saw Chloe, smirking by the exit, slipping out with that USB drive. Rage lit me up. She wasn't getting away. I yanked my laptop free and sprinted after her, weaving through panicking techies. Outside, the San Diego skyline glittered under a pink sunset, but I was locked on Chloe, her blonde ponytail bobbing as she hopped into a black SUV. I flagged down a lift, thank God for downtown traffic, and screamed, "Follow that car!" Nah, the driver, a chill dude with a man bun, didn't even blink. "You got it, kid." We tailed Chloe to a pier near Coronado, the salty Pacific air hitting me as I jumped out. She was meeting someone, a tall figure in a hoodie, standing by a yacht docked under the moonlight. Reaper X? My heart pounded as I crept closer, hiding behind a stack of crates, my phone recording everything. Chloe handed the figure the USB, whining. "I did what you asked! Now pay me!" The figure laughed, a voice I knew. I froze as they pulled off the hoodie. Ethan, my quarterback ex, Mr. All-American, was Reaper X. My brain blue-screened. "You?" I stepped out, voice shaking. Chloe screamed, and Ethan spun around, his smug grin fading. "Avery, babe, this isn't what it looks like." "Don't babe me, you snake!" I yelled, holding up my phone. "You hacked my wallet, crashed Quintech, kidnapped Chloe, all to what, ruin me?" Ethan's eyes darkened. "You think you're so smart? Ghostbite?" "I've been on the dark web too, learning, waiting. You got all the fame, the Bitcoin, the glory. I deserved a cut." Chloe cut in, voice shrill. "He promised me half if I helped. You had it all. Avery!" I laughed, bitter. "You're both pathetic." Ethan lunged, grabbing my phone, but I'd already uploaded the video to a dark web server, set to autopost if I didn't log in within an hour. "Touch me, and that video goes viral," I said, bluffing my heart out. He froze, and I saw my chance. I kicked him where it hurts. "Sorry, not sorry," and bolted. Chloe screaming after me. I made it back to the convention center, lungs burning, just as Logan broke free from security, rubbing his wrists. "Nice timing," he grunted, but his eyes softened when he saw me. "You okay?" "Not even close," I said, plugging my laptop into the main server again. Reaper X Ethan had one last trick, a kill switch to fry Quintech's AI for good. I had minutes to stop it. Logan watched my back as I coded, his hand on my shoulder grounding me. "You got this. Avery?" My worm finally overpowered Ethan's, and the screens cleared, the AI stabilizing. The crowd cheered, thinking it was part of the demo. My parents, still on stage, had no clue their daughter just saved their company. But the victory was short-lived. Cops swarmed, tipped off about ghost bite. I was done hiding. I stood up, hands raised. "I'm ghost bite," I said, voice steady. Gasps rippled through the room. My parents' faces fell, but I saw a flicker of pride in my mom's eyes. As the cops cuffed me, Logan whispered, "I'll get you out. Promise." They hauled me to a precinct in downtown San Diego, where I spilled everything. Ethan, Chloe, the dark web. My video had posted, exposing Ethan as Reaper X. Cops arrested him at the pier. Chloe, too. Both facing charges for cybercrime and extortion. My parents' lawyers worked overtime, and since I'd saved Quintech, the DA cut me a deal. Community service and no jail time. But Ghostbite was dead. My dark web days were over. And honestly, I was kinda relieved. A week later, I was chilling at a cafe on Pacific Beach, sipping a smoothie, when Logan slid into the booth across from me. No leather jacket, just a black tee and that killer smirk. "Heard you're a free woman," he said. I grinned. "Free, but broke. My Bitcoin's gone, and I'm grounded till I'm 30. He leaned closer, eyes intense. "I'm done being your bodyguard. Avery, too many feelings mess up the job." My heart did a Fortnite victory dance. "So, what are you now?" He took my hand. "How about your partner in crime?" Before I could answer, he kissed me, right there with surfers and seagulls as our audience. It was better than any dark web win. But as we walked down the boardwalk, my burner phone buzzed. A dark web message from an unknown handle. "Ghostbite's gone, but I'm watching." I deleted it, squeezing Logan's hand. Let them watch. I was Avery Quinn, and I was done running. Or so I thought. Back home, I found a USB taped under my desk, labeled Phantom, Logan's old hacker code name. My pulse spiked. Was he really out of the game? Or was there more to his story? I plugged it in, and a single file loaded. A photo of me and Logan at the convention center, with a note. "We're not done. Love." My screen went black. "Thanks for writing this crazy hack with me. It's about owning your truth, even when the world betrays you. If you loved the drama, hit like, subscribe, and tell your squad. Stay bold. Fam, catch you next time."